Okay, first up then, I'd like to just show you this kind of recap or relive, as the app is, of this incredible hike. I love this app. I've started to use it for a lot of my walks and hikes now, but yeah, to see it done in about 30 seconds, amazing. Hope you guys enjoy. Good morning from my porthole window. Sorry I can't get a good angle on that, but let's see. That looks like a nice start to the day. See if we can get anything over this side. So it's Stavanger morning. It's currently 6:35 a.m. Hoping for some sunshine to come through with the rain that's forecast. Hello friends, good morning. So it's just after 6 in the morning and I'm just waking up for a couple of hours of work, but guess what? I'm going on tour. So it's probably the final time I'm going to say that to you. I do still have just under 7 weeks left of this contract, but this tour is a big one, and I was graciously told yes I could do it, but I don't want to push my luck after this one, so I think this could be the last one. But it's a doozy. I wanted to do it for quite a while now, and sorry, my alarm just went off. Gotta get ready for work. Yeah, I've wanted to do it for a while now, but we've not been back to this port, so I've been waiting. This is the final time that this tour happens during my this contract, and then the ship goes to the Caribbean, so it's the final time this year. The weather doesn't look too great, so I imagine it's going to be wet, but I still want to do it. So it's Norway. We're in Stavanger, or will be later this morning. We arrive at 9 o'clock and I'm going to hike Pulpit Rock. So I'm not sure what sights we'll see, as of course you do need a nice clear sky to get the good views, but it's going to be a challenge and a bit of fun, so I'm going to take you along with me. I'm not sure what footage I will get, and I'm going to save you from all the heavy breathing as I try and climb or hike another mountain, or I don't know what it is, rock I guess. If anyone was around for a couple of cruises ago when I did the hike up the Rock of Gibraltar, I'm going to try and make it a short vlog, so you just get the highlights and the good views if we get them. But yes, it's Pulpit Rock Day. See you guys on the flip side. Okay, so my little bag is packed. We'll be in just a second. I've just got everything out to show you. I'm going to take a cap with me just in case, and I don't have an actual water bottle with me on this trip, just my shaker, my for protein shake. So I've filled this with water, but I will put it in a plastic bag just in case of leakage. And then my essentials. So I'm not taking much, like I say, just a small bag. Sunglasses, I'm not sure, but I think just in case it's windy and things, they just protect bits from going in your eyes. Plasters and lip protection, yes, definitely. AirPods for the coach ride. Hand sanitizer, and then I'm not normally one for eating, and I didn't eat today that I did the rock, but just in case I need energy, I thought I'd take a couple of these healthy bars that I have in the cabin with me. And I will also take this electrolyte powder, because I could always just pop it inside my water if I needed the extra boost. Tissues and a spare hair tie, of course, power bank because I'll be filming, and this is what I carry my phone on around my neck. So that is the essentials. I've still got a t-shirt to put on, and of course my pass to go ashore. I do have my trusty filthy Skechers ready to put on, and my walking socks courtesy of my dad, so they're nice and soft actually. Oh, you can see actually the elastic this time across the middle, and because they're pretty new, I've only worn them like twice, they still feel like cushiony. However, this is my coat situation. Yeah. Okay friends, so judge away. I've gone with pigtails again, so I thought braids would be the easiest thing, especially if it's gonna rain. I just don't have to think about what my hair's doing or if it's in my way or blowing around. I just thought that's the safest option. Plus if I wear my cap, it's just easy to put them on as well. My trusty sports bra, of course, because I'm not going to hike in a bra and think, oh, my straps are going to fall off. But then I do have this string vest, so it's just like, it's a really long, so it covers my butt. So I just thought that would be just comfortable. I've got no like sweat wicking clothes or anything with me because I wasn't prepared for this, but this is the best I've got. So I do have my like lycra leggings on that I normally would go to the gym. But they're short, but I do get quite hot, so that doesn't really bother me that they're short. I don't think that I'm going to be cold at all today, even though the weather looks like it's going to be a little bit grim and wet. I think this is for the best. However, the coat situation, this is the judgment. So yeah, I don't have a coat with me, that's my issue. So I'm going in a hoodie. How ridiculous. Yes, I know, I'm not prepared for anything, but I never normally get off the ship for very long. So anyone that's obviously travelled with me for the past few years knows that I probably get a break for like 1 or 2 hours. Don't really go very far into a port area, just have a little wander around and come back. And some days I can't even get off at all, so it's just like the extra carriage. Plus obviously I was just over 4 stone heavier than I am now when I came away, so all of my coats were about like this far off actually fastening. So I thought no point taking anything with me. Didn't realise this was going to be the contract that I turned my life around. Finally got back to my fitness journey, so hopefully when I get back in October those coats will fit and I'll be fine for the winter season. But whilst I'm away now, I've got a hoodie for the rain in the Stavanger for a hike. So well done, Millie. Check one for dumbassery. But all for the fun, it's an adventure, and pigtails ahoy! See you on the flip side. Okay friends, so I've just spoken to our Shorex team there, and I am now walking towards my coach. Yes, hoodie is on and the cap as well. It's not particularly cold, but I know that I'm dressed like not a seasoned traveller, shall we say. Okay, I'm going to stop filming as I walk because it's getting wobbly, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.
Everybody awake? Alright, and so you're going to go up all of those, go down all of the stairs that you went up previously, so you know where you're going. And then you come right back down to the bus. If you get back here early, you're welcome to go to the cafe, get yourself, like, again, some snacks or whatever. And then you're back on the bus, and then if everyone's back here on time, then we'll have a little bit of extra time to get you back on the ship. And I will give you a tour, extra tour of the town and talk about Stavanger. Yeah? That's the itinerary. Questions about that? Again, my name is Mark. I'm from the US, married a Norwegian gal. Moved here when I retired from the military, US military. Retired back in 2015. We've been living here ever since. I'm a dual citizen now. I've got Norwegian and American citizenship. We live here with our 2 kids, staying here forever. I work full-time as a project manager here for an oil and gas company called Oceaneering. They also have connections in Aberdeen, so a little bit connection back and forth there. I just got promoted this week, and this might be my last hike. that I do as a guide. My new position is going to require me to travel a lot more than I currently do. So I'm happy to be with you guys. This is a cool hike to do. If you travel a little bit, some cities kind of blend into other cities, but in my opinion, if you do something physical, like walk around and do a hike, it really makes the place feel like home for you. So congratulations to you for choosing to do this hike, and I'm happy to be with you for potentially my last day as a guide. And then the last one I got for you is a personal challenge, and that is you're here, you made it, right? You got to Stavanger. We're going to go on this wonderful hike, one of the best hikes in the world, certainly one of the most accessible ones. All of the money you spent, all of the schedules you had to rearrange, people, take care of your pets and your plants and all that kind of stuff. You did it all, right? And now here you are, either by yourself or with the partner, getting ready to go do this cool hike. I hope you find a moment during this thing that you can enjoy it and get a sense of peace and happiness on your hike, right? It's too easy just to kind of put one foot in front of the other and not take a moment to appreciate the beauty. There are a lot of nice scenic spots. This isn't one of those hikes in this region, as you can tell looking out the window, isn't one of those places where you start at the bottom and you can see the top and you just walk, on a death march up the mountain. Here, there's a lot of turns and stairs and kind of, corners or whatever. So it's an exciting hike, I think, throughout the entire hike. You don't see the end of it until you're actually at the end, which I think makes it kind of special. So hope you have a great time on your hike. Okay, that was kind of the whole thing for itinerary, safety, logistics, my introduction, personal challenge. Now let's talk about some tips for the mountain. There's an idea called right of way, right? Who has the right of way? Just like you do on driving, there's an idea called right of way for hiking. And so the question is, who has the right of way when you're hiking in the mountains? Is it the person going up the hill or going down the hill? So on the count of three, I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and then people that think that the people who have uphill will say up, and the ones that think it's downhill will say down. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's up. Usually I thought it was down too when I first thought about it, but it's up. People going uphill. For those, I didn't hear anybody say up, but if somebody said up, you were correct. And the thought there is that the people that are going uphill are the ones that are under stress, right? They're the ones that are working hard, and it's more disruptive for them to break their stride as they're going up. And so the people going uphill have the right of way. The people going downhill, I can also understand the argument for that, but the idea is that they can just stop and let the people that are going uphill continue along their way. And also the important thing is that there's a lot of confusion about who has the right of way. And so as you're going uphill, don't expect other tourists on this hike to give you the right of way. They should, by the rules of the mountain, if you will, but they don't always do that, so just be prepared. But you, being good citizens now, as you're going down, can always give the right of way to the people that are coming up. Also, just like it is on the roads, here we drive on the right-hand side, so you should walk on the right-hand side, right? For the most part, the road is wide, the trails can be wide enough to have about 2 people on it, sometimes a little bit more. So you're going to want to stay in single file on the right-hand side. If you're newlyweds and this is your honeymoon and you just can't keep your hands off each other and you got to share every possible moment, maybe you can have 2 people side by side if you have to do it, but certainly not 3, certainly not a pack of people. That's the ones that block the entire road and they cause problems for other people. So try to stay in a relatively single file line. Try to stay on your right hand side. As you're walking up and down the trails, again made by those wonderful Sherpas that came up, you can trust that the things you're going to step on are about 95% going to be solid, right? So all of those stairs, all of that kind of stuff, it's really good, right? It's probably one of the best things. If you see a tiny rock in the middle of the trail, of course that's not going to be solid, but the big stuff it's going to be a really solid thing. You're not going to roll your ankle because the stair moved. You know what I mean? The stair is going to be solid. That's not the same for the stuff outside the path. And so there's some big boulders on the sides of the path. Some of those, are solid. Some of them kind of roll. So if you choose to go offside the path, be careful, right? That's where you could slip, especially if you're coming downhill as it goes through. Also, just like when you're driving, if you're walking and nobody is in front of you and you've got a dozen people behind you, right? It means you're the slowest one on the hill. So you need to pull over, let all those people pass you, and then kind of continue on your way. If you don't let the faster people pass you, they're going to pass you, and it might not be in a good spot, and it will only make your experience worse. So please pull over if you're got somebody behind you. If you're faster than the person in front of you, please don't rush them, right? Chances are they're working as hard as they can to get up that mountain. So give them a little bit of space, right? And there's going to be an opportunity in just a short amount of time to pass them safely. So please do that. If you see a shortcut, there's a couple shortcuts here where you can kind of cut the trail. Don't do that. If you take the shortcuts, number one, you damage the trail because that stuff wasn't designed for a bunch of people to walk on it, so it'll cause erosion. And number two, it can be really slippery, especially with roots from trees, especially if they're wet. Those things are really slippery. So I don't recommend taking any shortcuts as you go up and down. Okay. What else? Let's go over some of the itinerary here, and then I'm going to yell at you, right? Here is the itinerary. So our goal is to be there by 10:15, and I think we're going to make it there, no problem. You got 2 hours to make it to the top, and so if we leave at 10:15, what time should we arrive at the top? 12:15. See, you guys are great. There's going to be increasingly math questions in a couple minutes, so just kind of get your math hats on. 12:15 is the no later than time to arrive at the top. 12:15, and if you get 30 minutes at the top, what's your turnaround time to start walking down the mountain? Yep, 12:45, 12:45, 12:45. You need to be turning back around. It takes you 2 hours to get down. You have up to 2 hours to get down the mountain. So then you should be back here by 14:45, right? 2:45, 2:45, however you want to say it. 14:45. You should be on the bus. If everybody's on the bus at 14:45, that's great. Then we will take off, and I'll give you that extra tour. If you're not back on the bus by 14:45, I'm going to call your cruise ship and say, hey, we're missing somebody, and they're going to tell me, okay, well, wait for a little while. But I think your cruise ship is leaving today, right? It's leaving like 16:30. Is that true? Is anybody here? Yeah. Right now we're going to be back at 16:15, right? So we don't have a lot of time to wait. I tell you that because sometimes the cruise ships tell us to wait, and sometimes they tell us to go, right? I'm not joking. I'm listening to what your cruise ship tells me. So just be aware that unless they're going to hold the whole ship for you, they probably talked to you about that. You better be back at 14:45, right? Okay. Now this is the part where I'm going to yell at you a little bit. And you might say, Mark, why are you going to yell at us? We've been nothing but wonderful guests. You said how much you love people from the UK. This is wonderful. Why would you yell? Why would you bet mad? And this is called anticipatory yelling, preparatory yelling, right? Whenever you're a little child, your parents probably yell at you before you even did something wrong. If you ever had that experience, you better not, rah, 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 Or maybe if you're a parent, you've yelled at your children before they did anything wrong. You better, or whatever. That's what I'm going to do to you now, all right? Nothing that you've done so far, hopefully nothing that you're going to do, but I want to yell at you today because I couldn't yell at my guest the last time I did this hike because she was allegedly injured and it wouldn't have been appropriate, right? I'll tell you all the story here in just a minute. When I say allegedly, I'm serious. Here's what happened. Last time I did this hike, I was up at the top of the mountain, and I only do this thing, like I said, a few times a year, right? And I'm up on top of the mountain, we made it to the summit, and I'm hanging out with 4 or 5 other guides, and these guides are all experienced. They do these hikes like 30, 40 times a year. And they're all complaining about guests who don't respect the timeline, right? Who blow off So be prepared for that, and definitely do not go to the edge when you're at the very top. Again, strip off as much clothes as you feel comfortable with here in the parking lot, because you want to be cool, at least for the beginning, as you warm up on that steep section. Bring those warm clothes with you, because when you sit at the top or wherever you decide to take a break, you're going to want to have some warm clothes, because you're going to get a little bit chilled. And then you have up to 30 minutes at the top, but don't take all that if you don't need to. Take a little while and then come back down and enjoy yourself some nice coffee or pastries inside the cafe.
Okay, we are on our way. Got 2 hours to get to the top, and it's just 16 minutes past 10. I think I'm going to have to take the cap off. It's very windy. We shall see. Okay, so this is the actual start of the trail. That was the gift shop that I followed people to. Never mind, didn't go in. Let's start. So it's now 17 minutes past. I put hiking on my watch, and here we go. Excuse my coffee but I'm only 23 minutes in and we're going flat for a second. This is a tough one, but the sun is out. Okay, the sad part is when you go down, you know there's still going to be more up. It's like the Rock of Gibraltar, but 10 times worse. But at least I'm on my own and I can huff and puff and sweat without judgment, apart from you guys. But these steps are, I don't think you can really tell, pretty steep. But we're here, and yes, I've been reminded I asked for this. So 25 minutes 35 seconds, that's not all I've done. They're encroaching, but it's been okay. Enjoying a nice flat calm section. I guess this is photo op spot because everyone is standing around for a selfie. But it's definitely going to be a solo selfie for me, just to say I made it this far, which is actually not very far. It's almost like, which bit is the path? Pick a stone, any stone, and sweat. Okay, 45 minutes in and I'm still going, kind of. I'm trying my best not to breathe so heavy when I hit record, but I'm not doing so well, so sorry. But as we open up onto a different kind of terrain for a second, I wanted to show you, like, can't really see where we've been because it all twists and turns, but which step to take, but worth it, because I think we're about halfway. Let's get it. I'm not near the end. But yeah, 52.5 minutes in, and I'm just getting the nice views, but it's very slippy. It's choose your poison time. Off the end, or twist an ankle. Let's see where we're up to. I keep thinking, this is a nice view, shall I just go back? But then I'm like, it's not what I set out to do. So, down means up again. Every time I think, is this worth it? Yes, it is. Because it's beautiful. And Mum would love it. Okay. A little confused. I'm guessing that's the path where people are. I mean, quite a lot to try and get when you don't know where you're going and you can't breathe. You're just hoping you're in the right direction. Swim, anybody? No. Stairs, of course. Okay, 70 minutes in. Across the terrain, it looks like it's a set of Star Trek. And into this. Wow. Not sure if the video gives you the same as what my eyes are getting, but wow. Like I say, just 70 minutes in. It says only 2 miles. Ouch. I think there's further to go, but for now, let's take this in. Okay friends, I thought if I come in this way, just to say, made it to here, like I say, just over 70 minutes in, and yeah, red-faced and sweaty, but achieved 2 miles, and it's a little view. Let's go. Yes, I'm still not at the top. So close to the top, but there's people walking, so I thought I'd let them pass and show you guys. Okay friends, actually made it to the top. So it's 1 hour 33, and that's with having a few conversations and photo stops along the way. But yeah, definitely here. A lot of iconic photos being taken, I'm sure. But me, it's a sweaty selfie. See you guys on the flip side. I don't make it down yet. It's doing like a full arc inside this little area. It doesn't look as steep as it actually is, but if I can just try and show, it is steep and wet. Hello friends, okay there, so we're almost halfway back down now, I think, or maybe more, hopefully. So 2 hours 45 almost, and 4.2 miles, and the sun is out, so happy days. It was only a little bit of spitting, very windy at the top, and I'm here for it. Definitely need a drink. I know I've got my water in my bag, but I kind of don't want to stop and undo my bag just to do that. Looking delightful as ever. Not sure what that is in my hair. Anyway, see you guys on the flip side. Let's make it to the bottom. Okay, so at this point, I think gravity is doing most of the work on these down bits, because I don't think I've got any control of my legs anymore. But we are 2 hours 56 in, well over halfway back down, but let's just keep smiling. There's coffee at the end. Okay, I think I cut off before the end of what I was saying then. My thumb jumped onto the button, but yeah, just trying to find the right path over halfway back down, so almost 3 hours now. And if we're calling these steps, we're on the steps. But it's definitely gravity and not any precision of my knees at this point. Because all I'm doing is thinking, there's a seat at the end, there's coffee at the end. Oh wait, I'm going back to work. Wait, why are these people running? What is wrong with them? Did see a guy running up actually. And our guide who was on the coach said that he did half marathon yesterday and then he was doing this. Wow, some people are fit. Not me, but I'm a survivor and I've almost made it. See you on the flip side. Okay, so this might not look like it's that steep. I don't know if you can tell from how it's going, but on the way up, this is the first 15 minutes where our guide said, you're going to feel like death, but keep going. And now, if this is the last final 15 minutes, okay, my thighs feel it going down bank, but I'm here for it. It's amazing because I can almost smell the coffee from here. Hello friends. Okay, so the watch says 3 hours 20 minutes 5.3 miles. The hair is doing something crazy and I see an ice cream shop. We're here. Obviously not going for ice cream, but coffee shops, toilets, friend I made and the lovely view. So there you have it, top to bottom of my Pulpit Rock tour. See you guys on the flip side. Okay, so finishing off with my water that I took off. I didn't manage to drink because I was too busy getting down the thing. And then the drink Mum would have had, a Fanta. Very expensive as it's Norway, but it was 0 sugar and I just wanted it. So that's what we're doing as I wait for the coach. See you on the flip side. Okay friends, back on the coach, so it is 2:30, so we've got a little while until we set off, but I think there's plenty of time to get snuggly now with my hoodie as it's starting to rain and enjoy a snooze on the way back before work. See you guys on the flip side.
Thunderstorm to come through now, so that's wonderful. We really lucked out. It was supposed to, there was a potential for a drizzle all day today. And sometimes I even saw the sun poke out. So I think that was really a good hike. It worked out nice. Your legs are probably going to be sore tomorrow, maybe even the next day, too, depending upon how you like for hiking. Alright, so now we're heading back to the city. We're going to take a little tour through one of the islands on our way down and kind of drive around town a little bit too. You guys said your ship is leaving this afternoon, so this will be your only time in Stavanger. I still think you guys did the right decision by coming on this hike, because it's one that you're going to remember for a long time. And then now we're going to be able to drive around the city a little bit, so at least you'll see a lot of the things that maybe some of your fellow cruise passengers might have seen as well. So you didn't miss out on all that. Whatever language they might come from. And I think that's kind of heartwarming for me, thinking about, you know, a parent coming from some other crazy country that maybe, you know, they don't speak Norwegian, they don't speak English, it's hard to get along. Maybe the characters of the alphabet are a little bit different. At least they can read a book to their children at night in their own home language, so that's pretty cool. The other thing that I like about Stavanger, the reason why it's a nice city, is because it's human scale. And by that I mean, if you look out the windows left and right as we drive around, you're going to see a lot of houses that are maybe 2.5 stories. You know, I live in a white wooden 2.5 story house. It seems like almost everybody lives in a white wooden 2.5 story home. When you go downtown, you won't see very many buildings much higher than 5 or 6 stories, right? As it always is for an island community or a coastal community or a community on a peninsula, there's always pressure to build up instead of out, right? And there's also pressure to get rid of farmland. But Stavanger's tried to do a really good job of keeping the scale of houses low, so that's why you don't see a lot of skyscrapers. There's a couple, but you don't see a lot of really tall buildings. And then the way they get around the kind of population density and deal with more land is they build a tunnel, for example, that we went through before, and that opened up this whole community that you're driving through now. So this place is called Tau, and it used to be that people would have to sit on a ferry, every hour they'd have to wait to hop on a ferry to come over here to do whatever they wanted to do. And that was a big inconvenience for people. If the weather was really bad, the ferry might close, and then you're stuck on the other side of the fjord, unable to get home. If you tried to drive around the fjord and you just saw it, right, you were on top of, for those of you who made it to the top, you could see how long that fjord was. It would take you at least 5 hours of crazy mountain driving to go all the way around the land route or whatever. So you're pretty much just dependent upon that ferry actually working. But now that the tunnel's here, all of these, this whole community is being developed, and more people are moving out here rather than someplace else. And the other thing that they do is they have a lot of bridges. And so in just about 20 minutes or so, we're going to go through the little town of Hoonbach that I mentioned. Previously, that used to be all farmland. And, you have this island right next to the third largest city in Norway, and it was all farmland. And the people...
Hello friends, well I wasn't going to pop in again because I think you've seen enough of my ugly mug during this tour and me breathing heavily and sweating and windswept. But it's 10 to 4 and we're just now back on the ship. We would have been back about an hour ago, but because we had the time, or as the driver and tour guide said, we had the time left within obviously the allotted time for the tour, because we were all back to the coach early. He took us on a tour of Stavanger, like around the town and things, which is a lot further afield than obviously I've ever walked. Was very informative, and it's a beautiful place, and the guide was obviously very passionate about it because he'd moved here from the States 20 years ago and he loves Stavanger. But at that point I think I'd gone cold, so like my nose is freezing. I'd put my hoodie and my cap back on just to sit in the coach, but I think because from obviously all the energy that I used doing the actual hike, then the sun was out a little bit, but then it got cooler, then the rain started, and then sitting on the air-conditioned bus I was just ready to just sleep. I would have preferred to come back. I think you can actually tell my lips are a little bit blue. Just looking now, I'm like, oh dear. Yeah, if I didn't have nail varnish on, you'd probably see that my fingernails are probably going blue at this point. But yeah, very informative, and I wouldn't have had it any other way. We had the time, and I've still got time to start work for 4 o'clock, so I'm gonna quickly just get changed and back at it. So that was Pulpit Rock. Hopefully at this point I've got some decent footage for you, some informative footage and some heavy breathing and me sweating at some, but a good view in there as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this as much as I did, and if you ever get a chance to do it yourself, please go and enjoy the hike. Is that right? Can you say enjoy a hike? That's not something I'll be doing again. But yeah, no, it was fantastic. Very, very grateful for the chance to do this. I didn't think I was going to at one point, and then when I was allowed to do it, I jumped at the chance, and yeah, now I can tick that one off. I've done the hike of Pulpit Rock. So let me know in the comments if you're a hiker. Is it the kind of thing that you would want to do? Is it something that you didn't think you wanted to, but now you want to? Just let me know what you think about this kind of thing, and if you're on tour, would you go, because you can do Pulpit Rock on, I want to say river cruise, I don't mean that, some kind of boat that goes underneath, so you can look up at it and go through the underneath through the fjord. But maybe next time. Anyway, I'm just rambling now. I do have to go to work, so see you guys on the flip side. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.